Hi everyone, welcome back to She Boy Podcast. Today's guest is Nicole Borghi. Did I say it right? I said it wrong.
Morgan.
Borghi.
Morgan.
Thank you for coming on my show today.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am a soulful coach, and my name is Nicole Borghi. I'm a soulful coach. I am known as the Sabotage Smasher, and I help people who are working in that business sense, and they're entrepreneurs. They've got the business, they're crushing it, but they feel like they're missing like that one link. There's that little piece, and that they feel that they haven't kind of fulfilled their heart's purpose, or they're not working in their passionate purpose. And I help them discover their true self. And that's establishing their awareness, their emotional intelligence. They are establishing their intuition and just that heartfelt space. It's so important, especially right now.
Yes, that's amazing. So, what inspired you to become a soulful coach?
I've been inspired for years for working with people on their intuition, but what really got me in this last year or two was really working in hospice and working with people as a volunteer, working with aromatherapy and crystals, and just being there and working with my psychic intuition and helping them be comfortable in that time. And these people welcomed me into their space at the last moment of life, and it was like I started to think like, wow, you invited me. What a gift for you to invite me and allow me to spend these last cherishing moments with you, to hear your story. And everybody has just such a wonderful journey and a story. And for people to be so strong when they're ready to cross over and when they're ready to leave the planet, and just that time to be comfortable, and they can say their truth because they have nothing to lose right now.
Yeah.
Nothing to lose but the pain of being in this earthly body, and just allowing them, having that ability to listen to them or just sit with them and to watch them in those moments and just really think, what on earth am I doing right now with my life? Who am I? What is my soul's purpose right here, right now? I can handle the death, or I can handle the chaos, especially having worked in law enforcement. I can handle all that. That's my gift, is to work through the chaos or work through the trauma and help people find comfort in those moments. And that's when I'm strongest. So I figured, you know what? So I took my journey, and I realized in healing my dis-ease and healing through the issues that I had medically, and saying, you know what? It's time for me on a holistic level to really enter that soul, that true self, and find out deep within my shadow self what was holding me back in life. Why couldn't I enjoy being here? Why can I enjoy being now? Why can I enjoy being present in this moment? And so many of us, I believe, just aren't present. We aren't aware of our life, our environment. And I think the gift of last year was to awaken to your family, awaken to your environment, whether it was bad or good, and realize, how can I make this better? When 2021 comes, and if we all get through this, and I don't want to be triggered anymore, how do I become triumphant? How do I lead myself? How do I influence others? And that's just this whole impactful thing that I personally worked through.
Yes, that's amazing because I just had this exact same conversation with my family yesterday because they seen the struggles that I've been going through, and everything that you're saying right now, they told me just yesterday, and I'm like, wow, didn't they just say that yesterday? So, so I definitely need to make a change in my life to do better, to be better for myself, like, and I want my guests to feel that too, like to do better and be better. So I definitely agree with you. How long have you been coaching?
Well, I've only been coaching in the last few years, and I was a mentor as a security manager. So in my past life, I worked law enforcement, I worked security, and being a trainer or a teacher in different departments, I have done that, and I have helped people just personally, one-on-one. People have felt that always in my life that they could come to me with their tragedies because I will help, I will talk to them, and I was always tell them the truth. And the first thing I say is, don't ask unless you want the truth,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And I'm going to bring it to you, and I know that you were called for me. And the same in when I have psychic clients for many years is, you've been brought to me for a reason because you need to open up your eyes, you need to expand,
Yes.
and you need to hear that bluntness, and you need to hear because you haven't been listening.
Exactly.
And it's always been, I've been told this before.
Yes.
Yes, right. But you seem, if you don't mind, for your energy right now, you seem that you're ready to embrace it.
Yeah.
You seem that you're ready to work with it, conquer it, be in your badassery and be ready to go with it, rock it. Be
Yes.
in the miracle, aha, oh wow moment. And that just took that in there, and I went, you know what? I do this in this life here. I can bring it here and do the same exact thing, because it's all self-leadership. It's all our emotional intelligence. It's all understanding our moods and how they affect others. And it's just so important.
Yes. I agree. What do you love most about coaching?
I love the aha moment. I love that. And I'm stubborn. I struggled with anger issues. I struggled with, being angry and unhappy and depressed and fighting everything tooth and nail, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I just love watching people cross that threshold. Like
Yes.
you cannot tell me something I haven't seen or experienced, and try to get me to be like, oh my gosh, that's so, because we do that when we're triggered. We do that when we're healing. You can't help me because I'm unhelpable. I'm unreachable. I'm unhealable. And I think there's so many of us that are coded that because we enabled our victim and we've enabled our survivor, but we haven't gone to the healer and the mentor yet. In that triad of a circle, and that's just so huge to be able to, okay, now we're moving, now we're moving up, and it's okay, I'll wait for you, and I'm ready. I've got the patience. Hey, I'll wait for you to be ready to change, and I'll be here to guide you. And that's what I believe that's what I'm here on this earth to do, is to help people in that moment.
That's amazing. What was one of your biggest challenge that you helped one of your clients through?
One of my client's story, and this is a recent one, and she's actually come back to me, and I love her, and she is so great. And she was stubborn. She had her depression, and she would always tell me, I know I got to do this. I got to change this. I know I need to, but the fact that it was, you want to, you choose to, you allow it.
Exactly.
And when you allow it, you receive, and you receive constantly, and you have that abundance. And she was able to really break through that healing of that negative energy and allowing other people to take that energy, kind of like energy vampires, those people that just get in your space and they take all your good essence. They're just like partners in pain, and they want you to be in that pain situation at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to start to come out of that and to rise up, and she stopped drinking.
Wow.
And she stopped having those pity parties. And we all do it.
Yeah.
But we all need to have those we need to have that moment sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't need to have it all the time. But to have her come through where she's ready to embrace her health, her nutrition, she's ready to be in her divinity, her divine goddess energy, and really be able to rise up and stand up and hold her head high and tell me, you know what, hey, I am good today. To be able to rise up and say that and mentally just have focus. And she's getting her goals. You know, she is conquering her goals, she's conquering her list, and she's just being such a goddess right now. And it's so, so beautiful to be able to be part of that.
That's amazing. So, what areas do you focus on when you do coach your clients?
Well, it's really going from that self sabotage or that fear
Mm-hmm.
and that negativity, and bringing it up and changing that fear and learning that having courage to put that fear aside, because we all need to have a little bit of fear to kind of challenge us and to rise up to the opportunity, but just kind of stepping it aside, right? Putting that monkey mind aside and lifting up into that, right? Into that awareness and that intuition, and just smashing that sabotage.
Yes, exactly. I agree. So, we discussed earlier, like before we went live, about your coaching package. What does your coaching package include for your clients?
Well, right now, and that's a beautiful thing that you asked me. Thank you so much. It is a package that I'm working on with, which is 1-to-1. It is 1 hour a week, 1-to-1, with a group call as well, once a week. And I am working on that as a 8-week package right now, because that's really that time for you to develop your essence, for me to be there. And I have videos, so I work with those tools that really get you to just snap out of it, right? Whether it's meditation, whether it's exercise, it's videos on elevating your emotions with herbs and oils and things that you can just take with you,
Yes.
right? Like I give my clients locally one of these, and it's got herbs and oils in it, and it's got Reiki energy. It's blessed, and I tell them, even if you don't wear it, you put it in your purse and you take it out and you put it on, and in seconds you feel that change. You accept that, right? And just being able to take a little bit of time to develop that self-love and that self-leadership. And that's going through that, and it's being in your divinity. That's just owning it, learning how to chant and to tell yourself that I am here, I'm ready, I'm open, to have somebody to guide you, right? To just tune in, turn on every day, and have that support team and that group, because the group, it is so dynamic too, right? We have times when we're in a group and it just brings up that light. It lifts you spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And those 1-to-1 calls are passionate calls. Those
Yes.
are times when we have heart to heart talks. What do you need to clear? What do you need to cut? And I can go in there energetically, because I am a psychic empath. I'm intuitive, and I do the energy working on what really is that pain, and what does that mean, right? You know, like your lower back means usually it's you're not supported. Sometimes it could just be your kidney need to be detoxed, but sometimes that's also what does that reflect on a psychological or a emotional body level, on a soulful level, to get you to rise up and to simplify your life, to cut the cord, to release and get that all out. And so that's a whole package that I'm putting together to get you on that road, that from being triggered to being triumphant every day, to recognize, where are my triggers? Oh, I can cut that out, and you can walk freely every day. I got this, right?
Yes, I love that. So, this is one of the questions outside of the questions I was going to ask you because you discussed it. But do you work with all age groups and all genders, or is it specific?
I do, and I have. So all age groups, all genders, but mainly right now, I find that it's more women that I've been called to elevate, to
Okay.
find that, to be in that divine feminine, but balance the masculine. And so, bringing that back around in that sisterhood kind of sense, into bringing that together.
Oh, okay, okay, I love that. So what are your goals being a coach? Like, what do you hope to that your clients gain from working with you?
Well, I hope that they definitely gain that self worth. I hope that they definitely gain that awareness, the ability to no longer be in the survivor, but thrive,
Mhm.
to be in that triumphant state, to recognize what their triggers are, to recognize that they can be in their divinity more and bring in that abundance, to start to be in that state of awareness and listen to their intuition and trust,
Mhm.
right? And be able to speak your truth, but not to throw it up and vomit it on everybody, right? So
Right.
you can start to have that where whether you want to be a speaker or have a podcast where you can feel that you know what your goal is, you know that you can call in the divine, you know that you can come in and be on the podcast, be on a live, and just be you, and know it's okay to show up and be vibrant and not to hide from it, as many of us have been doing.
Oh, yes, I agree. I want to thank you so much, Nicole, for coming on my show today and speaking with me about your coaching.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been awesome.
You have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So, hey everyone, I want to thank you all so much for listening to my interview with Nicole. So, if you have any questions or if you want to find out about her package or what she coaches and what she includes in her coaching, then you can visit her website. It is linked below. It is right there linked below. So, you can just check out her website and, you know, speak with her. Book her. So I hope you all have a great day and thank you all so much for supporting my podcast.